him. You are different. I am Seawolf Firstfoot, the one who scouted the land before the traitor Arthur set foot on it. I was loyal. Yes, it is my leg. I've been here for so long. The Dalriata promised me revenge. Everyone who comes here has the... I was the most loyal of Arthur's men. Then came the war. But Arthur wanted more. So Merlin decided our king must first become immortal. But Merlin needed volunteers. So we wouldn't risk Arthur's life in trying to grant him immortality. They thought I had died. Arthur's greed and Merlin's... Arthur should have made sure. They thought I was dead. I know there were others after me. I know he experimented on all the knights, abusing their oath, their lives. Arthur, do their names. He sacrificed the lives of the noblest of men. And this is the greatest possible betrayal. We cannot be helped. We cannot be killed. The Dalriata promised to burn down Camelot, avenge the memory of all my brothers. Camelot was built on betrayal. People have the right to live in truth. When Camelot falls, we will finally be free. Build a new world. Let the dead leave this one. When Camelot falls,
So, look at it this way. Seawolf, the founder of the famous stronghold in the south, Archer's legendary... I feel bad for him when I think about it, you know? 6, but why does it matter? Perhaps it doesn't matter to you or me, but there are people who it'll open their eyes and disprove... I couldn't come up with it if I tried. And I didn't even have to some extent. Well, maybe not, but at first glance, it's proof how Arthur used his most loyal friend, the founder of the Horns. Who cares if it's true? Can't you see how, even if it's just, it's definite. Well, now we've found ourselves, and somehow you unwittingly became the most important. You see, my boys from the Horns of the South are split down the middle. The latter, like Feargas, are the traditionalists, and they know me. If I come to them with this revelation, they think it were a conspiracy. But if somebody... you see, we're... Oh, talking to you is like talking to a heron. It is a conspiracy, but it doesn't matter. Our only hope for the future, for any future, is aligning with the Dalriata. Is it rotten now? Yes, definitely. Was it rotten in the times of the king? I don't care. But the hope that it was, the ideal that people cling to, and that faith is precisely what needs to be torn out of their hearts if we're to see any tomorrow. So... That's what I wanted. Go talk to Feargas. I just hope Feargas shows.
It was the most painful thing I heard. I had no idea this is what happened to him. There were other things that required my... We were losing the war. I should have paid more attention to what...
Oh, really? But go ahead. Have I ever mentioned I'm not a big fan of you? Now, tell me what you really... This isn't funny. I'm no Galahad. But still, judging by the... All right, then. I'll go and check it out. I saw what you wanted me to see. Everything I believed has been serious. Why did you show? Because it could be that I'd be better. What they did to Seawall is What will the other keepers say? What will happen to the whole... Everything we... You're right. In the end, it doesn't matter. And we did everything in our power to keep the South safe. But this will be the end of the Horns of the South. No young... It sounds better than the alternative. That we're a bunch... And we'll have to give everyone some hope to cling to after the truth about... All right. I assume I'll support this case. If only for the safety and... I don't have to like it one bit. But I can...
Where you're going. Hey. Lighthouses. Why the hell are Dara and his workers pushing so hard to build the second one? Is one not enough? I mean, two lighthouses next to each other are almost the same as... Ah, whatever that. Aye, why would they? The water's a trek besides. Who'd have the time to build or repair them? Well, one was even hanged for theft. If you're interested in the horns, you should visit our museum. What do I think? As long as folks are saying that there's some other group, probably more dangerous, not so far from here. Aye, it's boring, but... You can... There's always... Gotta admit... the better. No choice but to defend myself.
Hey, you take this medicine to my father, will you? I can't promise that talking to him... Not all keepers have been here their entire life, you know? Serves me right for wanting to find him, stupid. If I had a gold... Look, it's cap... If they want to... See you around.
Oh, mother have mercy. Not on... That's just my luck. Take the post turning. What a load of crap. There's always... The deck? Nah. Just old Dara's always busy with his lighthouse, and every time I try to do it myself, I can't even sneak out to the tavern because last time some rich bent started complaining that That's a seaside village! What else? You do that? Truth be told, I don't know, but, well, I'd pay. Not exactly standard. Please.
What do you want? Well, I'll have to disappoint you. So you really don't know? If you just know, something is poisoning his mind and soul. One evening there was a quarrel between our group. They'd had a bit too much. They hurled insults at hard. Sure, I bet that bunch of wimps wouldn't last a week outside. Well, he attacked that keeper and bit him afterwards, bastards. This might sound silly, but before in the morning, we realized every coal started at... We set up camp with everything that's... What? Do you know the meaning of those flowers? Revenge. There's nothing nice about it, and I don't know if he did it on purpose or if he's just an idiot. I don't care about his motivation. Take those flowers away. Burn them. Throw... Be careful out there.
Bloody hell, look, they do nothing but shuffle around, stare at walls and... I'm telling you, if I was still... And who are you? I bloody knew it. But at least when I was... So, one day my boy got it into his stupid head that old Gabon... They're all telling me I should do something about it. Or else I... like hell I will. I'm still... Listen, they wanted Heber, that healer from the... Then he just threw up his hands. Hell, I should have been an healer. Wouldn't mind going around being a pat these herbs. No idea what they're for. Heber said he doesn't know. Ah, good thing that at least the one guy who hangs around. Yeah, right.
you're back. Name's Orla. What was I think? It was or so we thought. A man who tried to chop off his legs after another one who gouged his eyes out, so he wouldn't have to. A woman in the farthest corner of the settlement managed to stab herself in the heart. I almost dropped it all and ran back to Timberwall that. You've never been to the other than or I have no home in Timber. I feel like every time I go back, I recognize it left. Business is slow, I'm not gonna lie. But not really. Keep your head.
Show yourself! We'll make sure...
I will bleed you!
We in for a fight?
Remain vigilant.
Your gold belongs to us. Keep your eyes peeled.
not the king.
Keep me just kidding. You don't I just got drunk in the tavern and lost half my pay. I mean, why would he even... Oh, aye. Osprey might have something in stock or know how to make one. Thanks for...
Listen, she's learning how to read and write. Oh. No, you must... What do I do now? I should go back to... I guess. Yes.
you think of scale armor? What do you think of it? Sure, maybe it's easy to make and doesn't restrict movement, but it doesn't provide the best protection. The metal armor is much better. That will prevent you from being run through with a pole. I told them, but they both said I know jack shit. Besides, then the quartermaster added that if I don't like our equipment, perhaps you're right. But if somebody ever stabs me under the scales, I'll go straight to the... Oh, of course. I mean, here's the page from... I read a lot about it. For example, Shadowblade is a moniker. Arden is passion, a true expert. No, but I have no...
Exactly how my... Oh, don't get me wrong. It's just that every time I doubt my service, my mother wasn't much of anything, to tell the truth. And every day she'd bring back home a new uncle. Then, when she'd sober up and got rid of an uncle, if the other villagers hadn't been feeding me. Yeah, I do.
Please, state your... A fight to the death. Go the...
I knew we'd have to deal with this sooner or later. It's hard for me to admit, but nobody, if you find any clues, follow them. It used to belong to the keep. You could say it was its beating heart. That village was where those must have been the days. Until, depends on your idea of interesting. There's a weird statue with a gong. I don't know. Ask Marg. I'm pretty sure he just sits there all day instead of hunting. No wonder we've been eating nothing. What else was there to do? There weren't enough people to live there, and we wiped out most of them. But new ones showed up every now and then. I'm Captain. Fine then. Otherwise, you're allowed to... There are a few retired...
So the bitch understood the meaning, yes? Congratulations on... Those vagrants should know that since they live on our dime, it's necessary. You're from nowhere, so you're nobody. The refugees are a tumor on the...
Sometimes it's nice to just sit and think.
Boy, friend, a question. Because he...
Oh, of course. I forgot to introduce...
Huh. It's for Dan. disagreement. But since Dan is on the wall and I'm here, I couldn't tell him that I get, and I forgave him a long time ago. Well, he was right. Well, I may not be angry with him anymore. Here's an explanation of how to... not... Now that I think of it... Oh! Of course, those pins are peak craftsmanship, but when I look... Well, it's pretty obvious you wouldn't be able to beat a knight. And even if you found one already dead, you'd sooner nick his armor than a pin you knew nothing about. Either way... Ha! Friend, I wish. But the only... Unless you're a master goldsmith, then feel... There's just not enough of them to go around. Listen, I said I don't have any jobs, as in things I pay you for doing. That does... Since you're free to wander about while I'm stuck... You've probably bashed in the skull of a beast or two, right? The alchemist. They're likely snatched... But perhaps we should start with something... I'll give you some notes on how to make armor. You got...
Thank you, friend. See those rocks near the shore? A bandit camp this close to the Horns. Important is probably nothing. Farewell.